Would you like to know the 5 signs that someone is definitely not your soulmate and may break your heart? Hi, I'm Antia, founder and creator of the Magnetize Your Man Method. And look, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to click that bell right below so you get notified for more juicy videos coming your way that help you to attract that right man for you. Now, it's not always easy to find out, are you with your soulmate or not? Look, after all, we all have rose-colored glasses, right? So here are 5 signs for sure making clear that he is not your soulmate. Sign number 5, they don't respect you. Look, I hear this all the time. You feel like you may have to learn another lesson or you have some karma together with him, but he's simply not respecting you. And this could either show up as that he's not showing up on time, he's not calling you when he says he does, or he simply is not treating you like a queen. He's not really taking your needs into consideration. In short, he doesn't really care. Soulmates care very much. Look, with a soulmate, you are connected with on all levels. And yes, that also includes he tremendously looks up to you and he respects you as you are also looking up to him and respect him. There is a mutual respect in between soulmates. So look, if he doesn't respect you, he is not your soulmate. Sign number 4 that he's not your soulmate is it rarely feels easy. Now, I know if you have grown up in a household where your parents were arguing all the time, or you were simply not ever getting the attention from your dad or from your mom that you really deserved, then you learned that in the world of love, it is hard. It is a struggle to attract attention, to attract love, and to even deserve love. Now, if that shows up in your relationship, this is not a sign that this is your soulmate, like of course your blueprint wants you to believe because it feels familiar, right? But soulmates don't necessarily feel familiar at all. It can oftentimes be the complete opposite, that they feel like a fish out of water and you feel like you are in a free fall. So look, if it's not easy, he's not the one. Soulmates have an easy flowing relationship. They oftentimes also have a friendship that serves as a foundation of this particular relationship. It is almost so easy that you wonder, can I trust that? Because remember, if your emotional guidance system taught you that love is hard, that when you attract your soulmate and it is so easy, and I'm really meaning as easy as breathing, you may wonder, is this the right one? Chances are that is indeed actually your soulmate. But look, what may be happening is you may be in a recalibration phase where you're moving from being attracted to emotionally unavailable or maybe even abusive men to being attracted to your soulmate. That in between space can feel like a free fall. That can feel like empty. It can even feel boring because your nervous system, of course, is highly activated and aggravated with that kind of man that is unavailable if that's what you learned. So look, if it's not easy, it's not your soulmate. Sign number 3, they are non-committal. I know. So look at this. You have this inner little girl part inside of yourself, right? And so that little inner girl has hope and anticipation. And she feels like she can turn men around because once upon a time, she was hoping that she can turn her dad or her mom around, right? That she thought if she jumps just through enough hoops, she will finally get the attention. So you're attracted to non-committal men and you think, no, he is my soulmate. He wants to commit to me. Look, this man may even say that he can't love. I dated a guy who literally outright told me he cannot love. He doesn't really know what love is, and he doesn't know how to access his heart. So if he's not committal, he's not your soulmate. Soulmates are committing easily to each other. Oftentimes they know from the very beginning on that they're meant for each other. Now, here's the thing. One person usually knows right away. Ideally, this is of course the man. And some of you may feel like, okay, I have to maybe wait on this, have to get used to this. Okay, so you may know 2 months or 3 months later. But either way, there will be a consistency, there will be a consistent follow through, and there will be no fear of commitment. Look, your soulmate cannot wait to commit to you. So if you are dating a non-committal man who just can't keep his promises, or he just can't commit, he just won't give you exclusivity, he just needs to continue dating women, he just needs to go on another date, I don't care how much fun you have with him. I don't care how much he makes you feel like you are the princess in the moment when you're with him. If he doesn't follow through on that in all areas of his life, he is not the one. Sign number 2 that he's not your soulmate is they try to control you. Now, if you feel like the man that you are dating is trying to turn you into something that you are not, he's trying to turn you into something that is like more what he likes, and he's trying to manipulate you or maybe even guilt trip you, and he's really trying to take control over your life, over your experience, over your friends. He's trying to invade your space, and you can really feel it, your energetic space, because you will start to feel like something is wrong, and I start to feel actually suffocated. And indeed, you actually start to feel like you're losing yourself, and you actually start to have a separation from yourself. That means he's not your soulmate. Soulmates are supporting each other. Soulmates are fully accepting each other for exactly who they are. Now, are they going to have some weak moments? Oh, for sure. You better believe they do. But they have healthy communication tools for the most part that will help them to navigate even the most difficult conversations and situations. If you're being controlled all the time and the other person doesn't care who you really are and doesn't really cherish you in your uniqueness and is trying to really be more narcissistic around you, and you are the victim of that, chances are he's not your soulmate. Soulmates are not narcissistic to each other. Soulmates are loving and compassionate to each other. And again, as a reminder, have this beautiful friendship underneath. And as a matter of fact, they build so much trust with each other and have so much transparency with each other that when actually indeed like a situation occurs where, let's say, you could guilt trip or you could sabotage or you could control your man, you're actually not going to do it. As a matter of fact, you rather talk about it, because the intimacy that you have created over that time will be so much more worth to you, and honestly, it'll feel so much more real and juicy. So look, if he controls you, he's not your soulmate. And finally, sign number 1 is he's putting very little effort into the relationship. So look, if he doesn't really care, he doesn't really call you, he doesn't really remember your favorite color, and honestly, he doesn't really ask you questions. He's not really interested in you. You know, you go out together, he has a wandering eye, right? Or his friends are much more important to him. He makes other things much more of a priority. Work is more important, family is more important, friends are more important, travel is more important, and at some point look, he's not your soulmate. Your soulmate will want you to be part of his life. Sure, he will have his own aspects of his life that he loves to create and live by himself, which my husband and I have as well. But he will always make the effort. He's very interested in you. He wants to know about your world. He wants to know who you are. He wants to know your love language so he knows how to cherish you. Look, he wants to make you happy. If you are with a man who doesn't want to make you happy, who doesn't even know what makes you happy, and who's only focused on himself, chances are he is not your soulmate. So now it's your turn. Which of those 5 signs do you resonate with the most, and where have you actually thought that you are with your soulmate when indeed you were just with another avoidant attachment style and you're playing out an emotional childhood trauma that of course is inside of your body? As usual, I would love to hear from you in the question of the day and of course also in the comment section. If you feel like, wow, I always attract those men into my life, I always think they're my soulmates, and look, I used to be the same. You should read my journals. If that's you, I invite you to take my Magnetize Your Man quiz and actually understand, where do you stand with all of this? How much anticipation? How little boundaries can you set? How afraid are you of risk? Can you hold tension? So there's many more questions like that in there where you learn more about, can you actually attract the right man for yourself? So for that, hop on over to magnetizeyourman.com or grab that link right below this video. Now, I hope this was helpful for you today. Much love, take care, and I talk to you soon.